So running out of the tunnel of an NFL stadium is every child's dream, including mine. And today, hundreds of kids in the DMV region got a chance to live out that childhood dream. Area ATM owners and county residents were provided with some peace of mind today as the Prince George's County Police Department announced that they have arrested 3 suspects in connection to a string of ATM robberies that date all the way back to late January. So as technology continues to evolve, so do criminals. They're getting more creative with the ways that they use it to carry out their crimes. And we got a chance to sit down with Prince George's County Sheriff John Carr on how to make sure that you don't become their next victim. So Michaela, right now we're at the Showplace Arena, and as you can see, there's hundreds of county residents who are talking to dozens of recruiters from across the state of Maryland. They're refining their resumes and they're trying to find job placement, not just temporarily, but they're hoping to get long-term career placement as well. Nowadays, a mail carrier can drop off your package from the distribution center to your doorstep almost instantly. But just as fast as your package is getting dropped off, a porch pirate can come and steal your package who has been waiting for the perfect opportunity. So Mariah, behind me is Chelsea Woods condominiums, and if you think the temperatures have been frigid outside, imagine experiencing those same temperatures when you travel inside of your apartment. That's what residents are saying they have been experiencing for the past 2 months, where the heat has not been on since mid-November.
These arrests have made a significant difference for our communities and for all. And for that, we are all grateful.
They thought they could get away with it, and we showed them that they could not come here and have an easy hit and victimize and terrorize our residents and our business owners and workers who are making a living.
34-year-old Maurice Roots, 33-year-old Jeff Cruz, and 39-year-old David Walker, all of Washington, D.C., have been charged for the robbery of 5 7-Eleven ATMs here in the county, using this tool,
commonly called the jaws of life,
to steal an estimated $200,000 in their crime stint.
It's always something new around the corner to say, I'll use such a great piece of equipment that has saved thousands of lives over the years, and I'll use it for ill gain.
PGPD has filed 95 charges against the 3 suspects, which they expect to grow as the investigation continues, hoping to send a strong message that criminals will be prosecuted across state lines, and they have the area collaboration from regional partners to do so.
Criminals know no boundaries.
We have to continue to work not only collaboratively with each other here in Prince George's County, but within this region to ensure that individuals are fully held accountable.
We're tired of people terrorizing our community. Crime is down, but we're going to continue to work to make sure crime is at its lowest levels in Prince George's County.
Chief Aziz also told us in the press conference that one of the suspects is already in custody of Prince George's County, while the other 2 suspects are waiting extradition from Washington, D.C. Reporting in Upper Marlboro, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.
I'm actually feeling nervous but really excited.
I'm a huge Commanders fan too.
Huge Commanders fan? Who's your favorite player?
Danny Daniels.
Flagstar Football and the Washington Commanders have come together to create a football experience that these kids will never forget.
We asked the kids in the beginning, like, how many of them were like really serious about they wanted to be in the NFL, you know? And I think the best thing about kids is that it's almost every single hand came up, you know? So it's like they're glad to be here, but also this is where they want to be.
I used to be them. I was this with Steve McNair was throwing the campus in Jackson, Mississippi. I know how easy it is to see somebody that you see on TV, and now you start to believe I can go do that. Like something you can touch, see, and feel, and I think that's what the community needs.
This spring and summer, Flagstar and the Commanders will host 40-day-long and week-long camps all over the DMV. But for the 200 young men and women who showed up to Northwest Stadium today, they got the chance to perform on the biggest stage.
We have to reinfuse the youth when it comes to this fan base, and this is how you do them. You let them live a dream for just one day on this field. They get up every Sunday. This is a part of their ritual with their mom and their dad. Now they get to come out here and play in the same field that Jaden Daniels played. They'll never forget it.
Teaching them skills that they can use on the field.
Probably tackling, that was really fun. Or this racing, that was also really fun.
And life lessons that they can carry with them off the field.
Not let my pride take over me. Don't be nervous, it's fun. They'll accept you with open arms. Have a ball out.
Gotcha. Would you come back?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, I would. It's really fun here and I really like it.
Neither we nor the family have been able to make any contact with him. This is one of the principal human rights violations that occurs in that facility, is that inmates and detainees in that facility are held incommunicado.
Answers from the United States government loom as the nation awaits clarity on Abrego Garcia's status, 31 days after ICE detained and deported him with his then 5-year-old son watching from the back seat.
We are not going to accept the government's generic and unsubstantiated assertions that they're working on this, that they're considering it, that they're debating it, that they're taking steps.
Collective outrage has been shared by Maryland leaders like Senator Angela Alsobrooks, who stated that if the president is serious about law and order, then he will follow this 9-0 Supreme Court ruling with urgency. Additionally, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy also spoke out, demanding that Abrego Garcia must be brought home expeditiously. Any further delays are illegal and unacceptable. This case has also brought a closer eye to the Immigration Detention Center conditions here in Maryland. Senators Chris Van Hollen and Angela Alsobrooks released information regarding ICE's Baltimore field office, stating that the location is experiencing overcrowding, lack of adequate food service, and an absence of on-site medical staff, calling for the cease of ICE detainees from being held in temporary holding cells for more than 12 hours.
It's not an easy moment. This is a very difficult day for many, many people. You see a lot of folks here. They're down, but they're not out, and they're continuing to work and see if they can find the next step so they can transition, navigate these changes, and come out the other end successfully.
Over 70,000 federal workers call Prince George's County home, and local leaders are doing whatever they can to make sure that residents are staying afloat in an uncertain job market.
Unfortunately, Donald Trump has treated our federal workers like trash, and we've had so many residents who have given their lives to the federal government who are being discarded, and it's unfortunate.
I'm happy to see that a lot of people are participating in this. It does speak to the state of our society right now, but ultimately we're going to get through by having events like this get put on and people come out and hopefully get offers.
Chair Burrows says that they have seen promising results from job fairs like these, but they do face an uphill battle as the number of laid-off employees outnumber the available jobs.
You got a lot of people coming out of these jobs at the same time, so that makes it even harder to find a position because you have a lot of people applying for the similar types of spots.
Causing leaders like Congressman Glenn Ivey to call on all the state resources possible to help support his constituents.
One of the things we tried to do was bring in more than the county, right? So the state's here, there's different state agencies that are here, there's a private sector positions that are here too, so we just cast as broad a net as possible and see if we can bring as many opportunities here as possible for everybody.
So Michaela, this is a developing story with a lot of twists and turns in it. Just behind me is the scene where the deadly officer-involved shooting actually took place. But according to police, just hours before, the same man who was shot and killed actually stabbed 2 victims before setting an apartment building ablaze just off of Maryland Route 210. It all started at the 8300 block of Indian Head Highway when officers found 2 victims suffering from stab wounds early Easter morning. The victims were stabbed inside of this 3-story apartment building just moments before it was set ablaze by their attacker. 4 miles away and 2 hours later, PGPD received a call that there was a man armed with a knife, and when police arrived,
the suspect was still armed with a knife and moved towards an officer. The 2 officers discharged their duty weapons. The suspect was struck unknown amount of times at this point. Officers administered emergency care, and that suspect was transported to the hospital, a local hospital, where he died a short time later.
The preliminary investigation uncovered that the 2 victims knew their attacker, PGPD referencing the crime as domestic in nature. As for the apartment building, 14 individuals are now displaced, 6 of whom are children. None of the displaced victims are injured, but authorities tell us that the 2 stabbing victims are in critical but stable condition.
It's an unfortunate incident on a beautiful Sunday, on a special Sunday across the world, and it happened right here in the beautiful National Harbor.
So the Maryland Attorney General's Independent Investigation Unit has now taken over this investigation, which is standard in any officer-related fatality. We can usually expect body camera footage and any other findings related to this investigation in the next coming weeks.